Here we go.
Yes, people. Welcome back to Eagle Talks Football. Welcome back to Vibes from the Six. Hope you guys are doing well. You know what? I did not know if this stream was going to happen on time. I'm happy that I got to start on time. And welcome, everybody. Today, we're going to be talking about the preview to the Community Shield. We're going to be talking about Raya to Arsenal, and a bid has been rejected. We're going to get into Liverpool and their issues, and I got a Liverpool fan in the building to talk about that. I got a Man City fan in the building. I got G Certified coming through to talk about Manchester City. I got a Manchester United fan because we need to talk about what's going on with Amrabat. Do we need an alternative? Is it going to happen? What's going on with that whole situation? And are Manchester United ready for a title challenge? Because I'm hearing people are talking about title challenge. I don't know if my boy is going to be talking about. We got Rhino in the building making his debut, and of course Jay getting another here you go for another signing. He's very happy. I can tell he's happy. I'll let you guys know what's going on. But we got Jay in the building. Big up, Jay. Hope you're doing well.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. You say it's here we go, but it could be Harry Kane. Here we go as well.
There you go. I didn't want to talk about that. Spoiler alert. And we're waiting for a Chelsea fan, but hopefully we hear from Winter Surfer soon.
I'll get into the Raya thing in a second because obviously, I like Raya as a goalie and stuff, and I'm not pissed that Brentford have messed us around because if Brentford end up accepting a fee that they were not happy to accept a month ago, it'll be interesting if Raya turns out to be a fantastic signing, how that would have impacted Spurs this season and vice versa. But
we're going to talk about that. Jay, you're jumping the gun again. Let me finish. Okay. Big up everyone in the comment section. We got G Certified in the building. As you can see over here in the bottom right. We got my guy Rhino in the bottom left. We got G Certified in the bottom right. We got, I don't know, I'm messing up with the rights and lefts. So for you guys, it should be Rhino in the bottom right corner, and of course top right corner should be my guy Ish, Liverpool fan. So I'm gonna make sure I put their names so you guys can see their names throughout the show. And yeah, let's get the show started, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone feeling? How you guys doing with this preseason? Because I'm not gonna lie, preseason is weird. This preseason seems like the most agenda-filled preseason. Every rival is watching your games. Like, I didn't know Liverpool lost.
Igal, do you want to know what it is? It's now that Arsenal are good again, people are taking you more seriously. We're watching you more closely. When you were 8th, we didn't give a shit what you were doing. But now you're back to 2nd. Okay, we're going to see how this boy kicks the ball in preseason. Yeah, I might stay up at 1 o'clock just to see Havertz miss some chances. Why not?
Somebody called Declan Rice a flop already because of preseason.
Hey, listen, for £105 million, I'd hope you're not learning on the job like an apprentice thing, like he's an intern. £105 million gets you a DM intern. Is that right?
Jay. It's not just Arsenal, by the way. Liverpool lost against Bayern, and it was a high-scoring game, and everyone's going mental. I think Man City lost to what was it again?
We lost 2-0.
To Atletico Madrid.
But as Hamza said, it was because of the rain, man. It's because of the rain.
And there you go. And Man United beat Arsenal and then didn't win another game. so it's like, yo, Rhino, you probably heard a bunch of it too.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. I think we just need to try and keep the same energy, but it's hard, isn't it? It's emotional, man. It's just football, isn't it?
There you go. Big up everyone in the comment section saying congratulations. Thank you so much for saying congratulations. Really do appreciate it. Big up my guy. Alhamdulillah, you're back. Yeah, man. I wasn't able to do streams as consistently, and I might not be able to do streams as consistently, but I'll always try to get some content out there for you. So just to let you guys know, Rhino is, of course, a Manchester United fan making his debut on the channel. How are you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Big up the panel. Appreciate you for having me, Agar, man. You know, yeah, man. We're gonna talk some real talks. Yeah, so everyone must be ready.
And we got Ish in the building, Liverpool fan making his debut also. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Like Rana said, obviously big you up the panel, big up family on as well. But yeah, I ain't got too much to say. Yeah, my team is not on too much smoke right now. So listen, it's karma.
People saying Iga must be injured. No, I'm not injured, man. I'm not injured. Jesus is injured. Let's get into the Arsenal stuff first, just to get that out of the way. Guys, where do we begin? Gabriel Jesus' injury or the David Raya situation? Everyone in the comment section, let me know what you guys think, because we got some people talking about Jesus. We got some people already getting into Raya. I didn't even know we were going to go in for another goalkeeper. So if you guys don't know, we're basically selling our backup goalkeeper to Matt Turner to Nottingham Forest. And what we've done is we've said to ourselves, who should we go and get? We've seen David Raya is available and they're looking to sell him. They were originally looking to sell him for 40 million. We now can get him somewhere between the range of 25 to 30 million. So we're trying to pounce and capitalize on this situation because we might get 20 million in return for Matt Turner. So we're like, yo, throw 5 or 10 on top, get a new keeper for 30 million who's as good, or some people are even saying better than Ramsdale as a backup. Just competition for places makes the team even better, and it allows us to have 2 keepers in a similar style, so we don't see a big drop off like when you guys had Alisson and Adrian. There was a massive drop off when Adrian had to come in.
Don't mention that guy's name, bro. He's still kicking it up. He's still about.
And then you look at Man City. Their second keeper basically won them the cup without conceding a goal. So
only in the final. He's been amazing. He's been amazing, Ortega. He's been amazing.
Yeah, I don't know Manchester United's second keeper. You guys don't care about second keepers. You just have one. Right?
We don't even have a second keeper right now, to be honest.
But
listen, what's all this second keeper hype? Like, I'm just starting to see some new second keeper hype.
We've done this so many times. You guys remember Petr Cech and Ospina? We did it before.
Yeah,
we also had the situation with Ramsdale and Leno. We did that. We also did Leno and Cech. We just do this thing where it's like we bring in players and it's kind of ruthless. I like it. I don't know what you guys think, but I think this is just going to make your players go to another level. Imagine your outfield players step up like Luke Shaw when you get a new keeper and when you get a new left back, or with when you've seen it yourself. The moment that you guys got Cody Gakpo, Darwin Núñez stepped up. It was like these guys need that competition, and I think it's a good signing. Now, I know why Jay is upset, because Jay wanted him at Tottenham, and Tottenham now got whoever they got, and David Raya might be joining Arsenal for 10 million less than Tottenham were quoted. So this is North London beef right there. But besides that, what do you guys think about it?
I think it's a good move, man. I think it's sorry to cut you, but I think it's a very good move. I think I've never been too high on Ramsdale. I think he's a good keeper. He's good with his feet. He's good for the style of play that Arsenal want to kind of go for. But I don't know. I see a lot of camera saves with him. I see a lot of saves where man could have just saved it with 2 hands. He's going 1 hand to stretch a bit too far. And I rate Raya highly, man. I think he's a very good keeper. And I think he does the things that Ramsdale's good at, but even better. I think he's elite with his distribution. I think one game when we played Brentford 2 seasons ago where it was 3-3, I remember Klopp was saying after the game, this guy was distributing like a number 10. So he's elite at that kind of ball playing, keeping, and I think he's a bit better at shot stopping as well. So I think if you can get him for 25 to 30, you man are cooking. Yeah. I like Arteta's mentality right now.
Yeah, man, it's crazy mentality. Some people are actually trying to say having a good backup keeper can be a negative because it can hurt your team's morale and your goalkeeper's not playing consistently. Do any of you guys think that? Do you guys think there's a negative to having a good backup keeper?
I think, right, like the thing with Arsenal, yeah, and I've said it before, when you want to stockpile your team full of
Oh, you're getting a call there, bro. What's going on? Nah, don't worry. What do you guys think? Does anyone think there's any negatives?
Sorry, one second. I got a phone. I had a phone call coming. So yeah, basically, the thing is, when you put in so much talent in your team, right, you rotate. And I've said this before. Pep, Sir Alex, they're the only managers I've seen who were able to rotate their team heavily and keep a consistent level of team performance. Haven't seen any other manager do that. All the other managers keep a very set core players, 8-9 players, maybe rotate a couple. Now, the thing with Arsenal is they've got a chock-a-block squad now. Nice squad, 24 players. First team, second team, good players. Number of players expecting to play 20 to 25 games this season. With that level of rotation comes, I'm trying to think to myself, bravo, Ter Stegen. That kind of thing. Like we're running it back to like Jose times. When it's like when you have like Casillas do the cups and Diego Lopez do the league. I think that it's healthy to have 2 good keepers, but you've seen when you have Leno and Martinez, yeah, what happens to the harmony between the team and the goalkeepers when you had two keepers of a somewhat similar level competing for that space. And it didn't go great, did it? So I can see the argument, and it's justifiable.
Are you kind of hurt as a Tottenham fan that Arsenal might sign him?
Why would I be? Listen, you're acting like you're signing Peter Schmeichel. Like, Raya's a good keeper. Like, congratulations. You know, he's a good keeper. Is he going to be the difference between you winning the league and not? I thought Ramsdale had a good season. The marginal gains you might make on Ramsdale, maybe. But on the flip side, I'm not upset that you signed Raya. I'd be irritated that Brentford sold him for a fee that they could have sold him to us at the beginning of the window. That would irritate me. But no, I'd have to see it. You know, sometimes when the lights are bright, you know, Raya's a good keeper, but Arsenal, you know, top team, top level, Champions League, you know, sometimes the lights are brighter than expected. We'll see how he does.
Now, you know what?
Some guy here is saying tired of them passion merchants. He doesn't like Ramsdale. Do you guys think he's coming to challenge him, or do you think he's coming to take his place?
I think a little bit of both. I think a little bit of both, because after what Ramsdale said, he can't concentrate after in a 90-minute match. I think that's when Arteta was like, you know what, we need a backup keeper. I think if you have a goalkeeper that comes out and says that he can't concentrate in 90 minutes, then you've got to get someone in. So for me, I think it'll start off with Ramsdale just because obviously he's played more games last season and because he's more used to the defenders and the system and whatever. But if Raya starts to impress like Emi Martinez did, then there'll be definitely, I think, a change of guard, especially if he makes mistakes like he did it. The Firmino goal stands out for me when he let that goal in at the near post. The Southampton one where he back passed it. If he starts stuff like that, then yeah, it could be a bit long for him.
Fair enough. I don't know why you're talking about Emil Smith-Rowe. Emil Smith-Rowe is fully fine. He's going to be fine for the Community Shield, and we're going to talk about the Community Shield in a second. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that like button, guys, as we do have 112 of you guys in the chat right now. Hit that like button. People saying, wasn't Ramsdale one of the best keepers? What happened to Arsenal fans? I'm not saying Ramsdale's not I'm not saying Ramsdale's not a good keeper. I still rate Ramsdale. I'm just saying when you sign a new player of a similar ilk or that same thing, it just shows the ruthlessness of the manager. And I think it's a situation where we should not be criticizing the number one, but we should be looking at, have we upgraded our team? And I think we've upgraded our team. I think online we're so used to people just bashing players. I've never seen anyone get criticized for signing an upgrade on a backup keeper. When has this happened?
But has your manager shown that he can rotate these players effectively? You had Tomiyasu, you had Tierney getting splinters in their butt cheeks because man won't ever give them any minutes. Yeah? And you're trying to tell me that this guy can coherently rotate two keepers at the highest level? It remains to be seen, Igal.
But don't forget, he played.
I'm merely saying that Tierney was upset about his minutes. Tomiyasu wasn't getting minutes. You got Kylian now. Now you got to break up the Gabriel Saliba partnership. It's not beans to keep a harmonious dressing room and challenge at the highest level. You even see people like Mark. I'm off. I don't want to sit on the bench. Top players want to feel like they're contributing, no?
Bro, I think that's a valid point, but at the same time, you have to remember that this is a guy who last year was not playing in Europe. This year, we're going to be playing in the Champions League. Everyone is telling us we need a better squad for the Champions League. What we're doing is we're trying to get a better squad for the Champions League. So we don't have to go and play little kids or players that are not actually that good. Yo, Fatur, message me so I can get you on. I need a Chelsea fan. Winter Surfer was supposed to come on, but he couldn't make it. Message me on Twitter. But yeah, that's why I think it's fair. So I agree with you to a certain degree. Arteta needs to improve his rotation. But at the same time, as a player, he was playing in a side that had Ospina and Petr Cech. He knows about these things. He's playing in sides that he knows that they had these kind of goalkeeper changes before. Even Szczesny and Fabianski, we've had these situations before. So I think it's going to happen. But now let's go on to the Jesus injury. Guys, talk to me about Jesus, because I'm seeing all sorts of agendas. I want to know where you guys lie. I'm seeing people saying Jesus is not reliable. He's injury prone. I'm seeing people say you might be right there. I'm seeing people talking about Jesus is not a good enough player for Arsenal. We need to get better. I think that is ridiculous. I think he's still good. 1 second, let me finish. And then there's the injury is going to be about 3 to 6 weeks. He's going to miss the beginning of the season. and Arsenal are probably not going to sign another striker, and we're still probably going to sell Balogun. So Gabriel Jesus' injury came out of nowhere, but apparently in that Barcelona 5-3 game, something happened to his knee, and it's not a coincidence. The man literally got tackled from behind, scissor kicked by that from the Argentina bloke. I forgot his name.
Arajo, that's one.
Yeah.
What? Igal, can you answer your own question? Like, in terms of you're saying, is Jesus reliable? In your opinion, over the time that you've had Jesus, in terms of finishing capabilities and availability, has Jesus been reliable?
He has been consistent when he plays. When he's not playing, he hasn't been reliable. But he only missed like look at it this way. He only missed like 2 months, and it was because of a random knee injury. He's gotten the same knee injury, I think, right now. So you can start to say
but Igal, if he's had the same knee injury, then one at this point cannot call it random, right?
No, you can't. So I do agree. At a certain point, you can say he's not reliable with his injuries because he has been injured almost every year and missed a certain amount of games every year. But overall, when he's playing, he's not that bad. I think people are overdoing the whole thing where he misses chances. He does so much on the pitch that he can miss a few chances here and there. We still win games when he's on the pitch.
I would argue though that even without the injury, and I love Jesus, I think he's a brilliant player. Like, he's coming from Liverpool prime Firmino, he kind of gives me the same sort of feeling as if he can come off the pitch with no goals, no assists, but he still be one of the best players on the pitch. But I still think even without this injury, I think Arsenal should have been looking to get another striker in this summer, either to come in when you know he's going to get injured, or to kind of put pressure on him, same way Raya is going to be putting pressure on Ramsdale. Because I do think even when he came back fit towards the end of last season, there were chances where he missed those, like, this could be the difference between 1 point and 3 points, or no points and 1 point. I do think in crunch time, he's still got a little bit to... You see how Haaland is one shot, one goal. And obviously not all strikers can be like that. But in those high pressure end of the season games where you're playing like a West Ham away or whatever, and you're only going to get 2-3 chances a game, I still don't know if he's the guy you want your chance to fall to. If it's 90th minute Champions League semi-final, you need a goal to go through. If the ball's falling to him in the 18-yard box, can you back this guy to put the ball away? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think you're nailing it. It's almost like Jesus needs to have a peak Bobby Firmino season, yeah, in order for him for Arsenal to really leverage everything out of him. I think you see in maybe why City were happy to let him go to an extent. I'm not trying to say that he's not a good player, but I guess between Jesus, Nketiah, and Balogun across the season, you've got enough. In terms of how many minutes each of those guys would get, and I don't think they'd necessarily be happy. But it's one of those situations where he was a £50 million striker. You've got Nketiah, probably 40 to 50 million pounds on the market if you went. Balogun, you want 40 to 50. Maybe the problem is that you don't have a 70 to 100 million pound striker at the club at the moment, and that's the biggest. If you look at your team, that's probably the one position that you can say there's room here for this position to be better potentially.
I think Jesus could be utilized in so many different ways. Welcome, Fator, Chelsea fan in the building. Hope you're doing well, bro. We're going to talk about Robert Sanchez and everything in a second. Just before we go any further, Rhino, what did you think about the whole Jesus situation?
Yeah, man, I agree. I feel like he needs to kind of be more standout-ish in the big moments, you know, because at the end of the day, that's why he was brought in. He wasn't brought in to be rotated or to compete with Nketiah. He was brought in to be the main. You guys play him as a 9, basically, innit? Like a false 9 kind of. So I feel like, yeah, man, he doesn't have that clinical edge. Sometimes it's like he has it sometimes, and then sometimes he doesn't. And then now he's starting to get injured a bit. It's a bit. I'm a bit 50-50 with him. Yeah. I like him. I rate him a lot. When you guys got him in, the price and everything, I said, yeah. Especially the fact that he started to turn up last minute. When he was leaving Man City, he started to bag loads of goals. I was thinking, yeah. And just the energy he brings. I see what he does without scoring. Don't get it twisted. But, yeah, man, if this was Man United now, I'll be hearing loads of noise. You know what I mean? So I feel like I need to see some...
only right.
I need to see some double standards. You feel me?
I agree. With Rhino was because for me, he's even at City when we've.
What was wrong with him at City? I'm gonna move on to Balogun. I promise, my guy. Don't worry. Yeah. I'll move on to Balogun, but I'll be quick because I'm not sure how much the guys know about Balogun. But let me go ahead.
No, I was gonna say at City for me, it was just that you could see that he could score important goals, right? Because the Centurions goal, the semi-final against Real Madrid, he scored a lot of goals against Liverpool in title races.
Always back to us. Always back to us, man. I hate this guy.
but the thing is with Jesus is that sometimes he can have one of the most easy, simple chances, and he just misses it. And
that's why you guys sold him, right? Isn't it?
That's why it's just a little bit inconsistent. And I know he's got one of the best goal ratios or goal and assist ratios in Premier League history, but it's because with us, he came off the bench. Even when we had a striker, he was playing on the wing. Then when we had a false nine, then he was saying that Zinchenko was replacing him in the team. So for me, I just think as a striker, we never trusted him. And I think there's something to it. I think even look at Brazil. They're putting Richarlison. Now, I'm not saying Richarlison's a bad striker, but really, are you going to say that Richarlison is better than Jesus? I don't think he is. But because
he is, but for what they need, he might be.
He might be, exactly.
What are you saying, Fator, before we move on to Balogun? Do you have anything to say on Jesus?
How long is he out for?
Could be 2 months, could be 1 month.
That's a big miss for you guys. Who's going to play up front then for you guys? Are you going to put Havertz up front as a false nine?
I thought I was going to get away with this without mentioning that. This is the situation.
I'm just looking for possibilities.
I'm gonna talk about it in the Community Shield game because I think that will answer your question. I think we're gonna go with Trossard up top. Personally, for me,
that's a good shout.
I think Trossard is like one of the players who you could say he's in his peak. He's not going to get any better than what he is right now. And like with a lot of young players around him, they can learn from him. And he's both footed. He's right footed, left footed. He can strike the ball with either foot. He's really good. And I'm just going to ask you guys, any of you guys know about Balogun? Because Arsenal youngster has been literally, certain fans consider this guy the next coming of R9. Like they need to relax. Because I'm hearing people think he's the solution to every problem. Balogun is very young, guys. He's not going to be at Arsenal come this summer. After this summer, he's going to get sold. He is Inter Milan are interested in him, and they've made him their first choice and have intensified talks with Arsenal. Inter's plan is to close the deal for around 35 million euros, add-ons included, and talks are moving forward. This is an exclusive from, I don't know who this guy is, but he seems like a pretty big deal. He works for one of the Italian sources. But I'm just going to say this. I think Balogun is going to get sold. For 35 million euros, though, I think that's a little cheap. I think Arsenal want at least 50 million euros, like 45 million pounds for the player. He scored 21 goals in the French league last season, guys. Let's be honest. No offense to Rasmus Højlund, but he scored double his goals in the French league, and he's younger than him, and he's going for how much to Man United? Like, I know it's a Man United tax, but Rhino, do you not understand that in today's market, strikers should not be going for this cheap?
It's true. No, I agree with you, man. Obviously, with Balogun, well, I'll answer two questions, Højlund and Balogun. Balogun, I think it's his attitude, man, and certain statements he puts out there. Like I feel like he gives me the vibe like he feels like he's bigger than the club kind of thing, and you guys have to follow what he wants. So Arteta's doing the right thing selling him, you know. In regards to Højlund, obviously there's more context as to Højlund's goals. A lot of his minutes that he played for those goals are not full games. So he's come on as a sub, or he started the first half and he was subbed off. So if you actually check the minutes, the minutes and the goal ratio is actually very good. He scores basically one in 3 games or something like that, or 2 games. So, and obviously he's still overpriced. Don't get it twisted.
How much is it again?
No, he was 6. Listen, let me confirm this price. He was 60 million pounds. That's still a lot. I'm not gonna cast. It's still a lot.
And then
hold on.
Pardon?
Is this true? Livermento went for 40 mil?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Southampton.
Damn.
Yeah, Newcastle, bro.
How much is Gallagher going?
These guys are creeping up, you know.
Gallagher's about 35.
How are you telling me that Balogun is getting sold for cheaper than Gallagher? It can't happen.
I think it doesn't add up, man. I don't think it's not consistent with these strikers, man. It's not the prices are not consistent, man. So you can't compare one situation to another, because then we can talk about Mount and then we talk about Havertz. Then we can talk about Casemiro. Like it's not adding up, man. This preseason is so weird. But listen. Let me go back to my point anyway. So 60 mil is a lot. Don't get it twisted. And the rest is all add-ons. That's the fact, isn't it? Like from what I see, it's a fact. 60 mil is a lot. There's obviously Manchester United tax. Højlund is not proven in the Premier League. I know people say proven in the Premier League is a myth, but I think, to be honest, it's not. The Premier League is a different league to all the leagues. You have to have some adjustment period. You either come in the league and you're flying through the door, or you take a while and you warm in. People like Grealish, look how many years it took Grealish to actually find himself and stuff. So we have to look at a lot of situations and then be constructive. But Højlund, I think the profile is what Ten Hag wants, isn't it? And then obviously we don't have competent people to make sure that we're paying the right prices and whatever. So
okay, all and this time back to the Balogun. It's 35 million euros.
Bro, I don't really know much about him. Obviously, I've seen his goals. He scores a lot of goals. He seems quite clinical in front of goal. But other than that, it's just his attitude for me, man. Just him saying, "Oh, he needs first." That's all it is. I don't really know much about him, so I can't really speak. So
anyone here seen much about the Balogun hype, or you guys think it's just too much?
I think he looked good last season. I was going to ask you actually, Gal. Like, obviously taking the attitude and stuff to one side, for me, he looks like a better all-round striker than Nketiah, if I'm being honest. I know in the box, Nketiah is very impressive. You almost want to put Jesus' work rate and all-round play with Nketiah's finishing ability. But I do feel like for Arsenal, for what you want in a forward, I've always felt like Nketiah doesn't really do enough. I know he went through that purple patch last season when he was bagging, but I kind of think Balogun looks like the more complete striker. Obviously, you've got to put the French tax on it as well, but for me, if I'm looking to shift one of those strikers, I'd be looking to just say, "Yo, West Ham taking Nketiah for 40 million or whatever, keep Balogun." That would be my thing.
This is the problem we find though. Nobody wants to buy Eddie Nketiah. Everyone wants to buy Balogun. So we find a situation where we're basically keeping the asset that nobody is willing to buy instead of keeping the one that everyone wants and selling the one that nobody wants.
Would you keep him, Agal?
I personally would sell both. I personally would sell both because I don't think either of them are going to be leading the line for us to no Champions Leagues or league titles. Eddie Nketiah is the player who's willing to play his role right now, and I'd rather keep the person who's not going to cause problems. Where I'm not saying Balogun is 100% going to cause problems. I don't know him, but from what I'm seeing, it does seem like the club is willing to keep Balogun. The club is more willing to sell Balogun and keep Eddie Nketiah. Because one, we just gave him a new contract recently. He has a number 14 shirt. He's willing to play a bit part role where Balogun just scored 20 goals in the French league. He wants to keep that momentum going, and he's made rumors that he doesn't want to loan again. He said it verbatim himself. He doesn't want to go on loan again. So he's kind of forcing the club's hand. And if you guys don't know, they have the same agent. So why would you keep both of them at your club? This is the same agent of Bukayo Saka, same agent of Reece Nelson, same agent of Romeo Lavia. This agent is well known with a lot of people. So maybe we can get his player somewhere where he does well, get a good return on him. And this is an opportunity where we can sell the player for good money. When was the last time Arsenal sold a player for good money? Doesn't really happen, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's get into the Community Shield. And before we go into Community Shield, Man City, bro. They're doing business now. They're finally doing business. You guys seen the Gvardiol things? I know, Fatur, you're shaking your head. You wanted him at Chelsea, right?
Yeah, I do want him at Chelsea, but owner's moving like a cheapskate, man.
What? Your owner's moving cheap? Since when?
Have you seen my owner, bro? Have you seen my owner? Have you seen what my owner's on?
Since when? Since when is Todd Bowley cheap?
Look, kid, here, kids, we got some candy. Oh my god, man! I can't lie, yeah. Gvardiol is one of those defenders. Like he could be that top world-class defender, in my opinion. And look at that Man City back line. You got Stone, you got Diaz, you got Gvardiol, you got Ake, you got who again? Laporte in that team. If you're Man City right now, you're living life, bruv.
He's brilliant.
That's a good line.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, you're right, bro.
How much are you guys getting for an end?
We're getting 90 million euros, which is actually kind of good because
it's not even that bad, man. It's not even that bad.
It's not even that bad because they were asking for 110 million euros at first.
Yeah.
then we started to negotiate with Gvardiol himself, and then he wanted to come. The guy wanted to come. You know, he was Real Madrid. We're talking about Bayern Munich, big clubs, Chelsea, that wanted this guy. And we've got this guy. I think for me, I said that for his age bracket, I don't think, apart from maybe the Saliba, maybe Kanate, but I don't feel there's many around his age bracket better than him. You know what I mean? I genuinely don't. With Ruben Dias next to him, it could really push him as well.
How old is he?
Have you guys seen the photo floating around of Man City's new defensive core?
Bro, crazy, bro. I just love it.
That's what early, bro.
I just like, what is that, man? That's
like,
like,
remove Cancelo. Cancelo's
got Kanji in that team as well. He's got Kanji.
Yeah, remove Cancelo. You still have who?
Rico Lewis. He could play.
Every single one.
You're gonna buy another fullback.
You have 8 centre backs total. Plus, Kyle Walker can play as a right centre back as well.
It's beautiful.
Oh, this is illegal.
Wow, living life.
No.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you, Pep Guardiola has figured out that defense first, and he's basically said the attack can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, hold on. But the thing is that in football, you guys have all been laughing at these players. But when Pep does it, when Pep brings you a defender that can't attack, now you're like, I swear you guys have been laughing at Wan-Bissaka for the last few years, who just defends. But when Pep brings out, because the thing is that
it's true,
put Akanji in a different team. Like the Dortmund fans were laughing at Akanji when they were signing him. They didn't see the vision. And I get Arteta is probably this as well. You know, he's splitting the attack and defensive phases. So he's basically getting competent defenders. You know, when I lose a duel, I'm upset. Like, you know, obviously he knows what he's doing there. He wants the duels. So the way I see it is, you know, the Chelsea fan. Sorry, I missed your name, man. But you guys are greedy, man. I just heard it. I was listening. I was greedy. They were like more centre backs. Yeah, Chelsea are just like, oh, are you a promising centre back with approximately 60 to 100 appearances in first team football? Come on down. Come on. 40 million upwards. Come on down.
Hold your horses. We got Thiago Silva. We got
Fofana.
We got Badiashile. Colwill, Alex Destasi.
Yeah, I saw that Bashir Humphreys, some random guy. I've never heard this guy before.
Going on loan. Allow it, bro.
Okay, but that's 4/5 centre backs. Yeah, not
Don't
including
make fun of my Somali brother.
That's what. Also, all I'm saying is that like, there's no need for you to be looking at Gvardiol. Do you know what I mean? He's had a lot of. But what you've got Badiashile and you've got Colwill, and you're still side eyeing next man's lawn. Next man's lawn with the fertilizer. You're still looking at his lawn. You're greedy. That's the thing with Chelsea now. You're greedy. Bowley's ruined transfers for you.
Guys, let's not hijack the Man City segment talking about Chelsea now. We're gonna talk about Chelsea in a second when we get to their backup goal.
Right, yeah. So City, yeah, like centre backs, amazing, great centre backs. If they keep Walker as well, you got to say pound for pound, they're a tiny bit weaker because they've lost Gundogan and Mahrez. They need that winger, Doku, Elise. They need that. They need that profile.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. We'll see.
But you know what it is, Jay? Yeah, people are saying about, and I agree. Yeah, well, Ilkay it's going to be a big miss. But let's not act like Kovacic was very similar. Very similar. I promise you. When you guys see Kovacic next season, you'll see that. The only thing that's different is Kovacic might not be as lethal in the box, and we know what Gundogan could do. You know, especially against Aston Villa, it was lethal. But Kovacic, he can develop that. Under Pep, maybe he might be able to develop that. You know what I'm saying? But as for like as playing as a 6, I think even Kovacic will be our backup 6. I don't think Calvin Phillips will even, really touch.
You know what? I think talking about Gvardiol, we could talk about him all day. But G Certified, just let me know what will he bring to your team. Do you think this will be like a massive game changer? Because I'm seeing people trying to compare him to Rhino. I'm seeing people talking about him in Rio steps, like talking about him in Van Dijk like levels ish. People are talking about him as those kind of signings,
I wanted him. I rate him highly. He would answer a lot of my problems right now, but He's quality defender.
Well,
Whether
would you
he
put
can
him in the
reach
Van Dijk? Would you put in the Van Dijk?
No,
category?
he's what, 20, 21? He's got time. He's got potential. And if you look at just one more thing. If you look at the market right now, I'll know this because this is what my team is looking for. The market for left-footed, left-sided centre backs right now is dead. It's dead. It's absolutely dead. So you, man, got a gem right there. Whether it's 70, 80 million, whatever, I think it's one of them ones where it's kind of like the striker market right now. You're seeing guys like Colin Mooney being quoted for like £80 million. I think if you see a guy,
200.
It's crazy. If you see a guy who's top of their field, just go and get them. Doesn't matter about the piece. And obviously,
do me a favor, guys. Also, hit that like button right now. If you don't know what it looks like, it's that thumb button right underneath ish. It should be under somewhere around there. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get this stream at least past 100 likes. Rhino, what about you? What are you saying? Rio Ferdinand comparisons already?
Nah, it's too much, man. I think he's a quality player, but this is what I mean. It's so funny that when Pep does certain things, it just automatically, doesn't matter how much the person is, whatever, it's just automatically just accepted. But if this was now Ten Hag now, people are like, oh, you guys are spending, it's just annoying, but he's a quality player, innit? He's a quality player. And the Ferdinand, listen, calm with the Ferdinand comparisons. Let him cook. Don't put the pressure on him. He could come to the Premier League and, we just need to be patient with these people, you feel me? But he's quality. He's quality.
That's
I was just gonna move it on to the Community Shield, guys. We got the shield in the middle. First, before we go any further, does anybody consider this a trophy to celebrate?
I mean, you play in City, so it's like if you beat City, it's always something to celebrate. You know what I mean? As in, like, it's the curtain raiser. The way I look at it is, first weekend Community Shield, you get the most outrageous takes based off those games. That, oh my God, such and such is going to happen, and such is going to happen. Listen, you want to win the game. You want to set down a marker. So for me, like, I don't buy into it like, oh my God, we won a trophy. But on the other hand, I think it's as important as you want to make it. Like, do you know what I mean? If you play your first team in this game and you lose, then you're entitled to feel a certain kind of way. Pep will come into this game saying, we're not ready. We're 2-3 weeks away. We've not trained as much as Arsenal, yada, yada. So they have their excuses. They know if they don't win, it's because of X and Y. So it's nothing to that. They got. I don't even know how many of these plates he's got in his pantry. You know what I mean? He eats off them all the time. So that's not a big game for them. I think for Arsenal, I've seen you guys celebrate Emirates Cups. So, I think there's a certain level of.
Don't lie,
listen,
bro.
You want to
celebrate? Did we just lift the trophy and keep it moving?
Hey, listen, you look joyful. It's not my fault you look happy lifting the trophy. That looks like celebration to me. That's the thing between you and the English dictionary. That's the thing between you and the English dictionary.
Are we doing this pre-season trophies then? Okay, let's not forget us then, Premier League champions.
Are you a Chelsea fan?
Yes. We won the Premier League last week.
When did you last break 75 points in the league?
We won the Premier League last week.
That was like the mid-table cup, wasn't it? Like you had to finish like 6th or below to even be invited or something. Like, Newcastle.
Hey,
listen,
the first team to win 3 different Premier League competitions.
Hey, listen, I was surprised Spurs didn't get an invite. So listen, I'm just jealous. Like, don't worry about me. I thought if it's a cup for the All-Star runs, we should have been there.
I thought we're supposed to be shameless here, but okay.
What do you think I'm doing? What do you think I'm doing? But yeah, no. Listen,
bring it back to the game. Bring it back to the game. Let me take the mic off you for a second. Let me give it to Ish. Ish, what are you saying? You just won this trophy last season. It didn't really. You didn't start off your season so well afterwards. Do you think it really matters?
No, we cooked City last year. We absolutely cooked them. This was the start of the very, very short-lived Darwin Núñez Haaland comparisons. I remember Haaland skied an open goal right at the end. Listen, I thought, we're ready to go next week. Fulham 2-2 draw, back down to reality. So it's one of them for City. City always start the season slow. For them, this is their pre-season. I think City have only played like 2 or 3 pre-season games, whereas most other teams have done like 5, 6. So City, Pep treats this like a little pre-season thing. Don't think he's taking this seriously at all. So for them, it's a minor for them.
You know what? People are asking for a community combined 11 between Arsenal and Man City.
Yeah.
I dare you. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I want to see this.
Let's do it then. Goalkeeper. I'm saying Ederson.
Yeah, Ederson.
Okay. What about right back?
Kyle Walker.
Well, he's still there. He's still there, isn't it?
He's still from last season, but if we're gonna do overall, then okay, Kyle Walker. I'll put Kyle Walker. But if it's from last season, I'll put John Stones.
Okay, we put Walker. Center back pairing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Saliba's in.
Yeah, Ruben Diaz, and John Stones all day.
Well, I'd say Diaz and Stones, but just because I'm gonna be unbiased, I'll say Diaz. But if it was just me, I'd put Stones.
You're saying Diaz and Saliba?
Yeah, I'll say Diaz and Saliba. But
do you even have a left back? Oh, Ake.
Yeah, Ake. Oh, what do you mean do we have a left back?
Ake or Zinchenko?
I say Ake had a very good season. Ake had a very good season last season. I say Ake. Zinchenko till the end was a bit spooky, man. He's still looking after that nutmeg from Trent. Yeah.
You know what? He actually spoke about that on an interview.
Yeah. I saw it yesterday. He was
defensive midfielder Rodri.
Yeah, best in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the rest we go Odegaard and Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
On the right, no question about it. Saka.
You need to put the right Saka. Yeah.
I put Bernardo Silva on the right.
Nah, not over Saka.
Saka, no.
If anything,
I'm not trying to be biased here, but I thought Bernardo had a better season than Saka, in my opinion.
You thought Bernardo Silva had a better season. Man scored in the Champions League semifinals, and that's it.
I thought he had a better season.
Yeah, I thought Saka was brilliant last season, man.
Yeah,
Saka.
same.
My front three, I'm going Saka, Haaland, Grealish.
I'm going Saka, Haaland, and Martinelli.
Nah.
I thought, bro, are you guys forgetting? Martinelli was banging the whole season almost. Jack Grealish only stepped up in the business end. That's it.
Martinelli started really well up until around when you beat us.
He finished well too.
Yeah, he finished well, but there was a time in the middle it was not looking great for Martinelli.
The whole pre-World Cup, Jack Grealish was irrelevant.
World Cup was middle of the season.
World Cup was far. That's far away, though, man.
When City beat you comprehensively in the title decider, how did Jack Grealish play in that game? Ran the game, didn't he?
In those two games,
right? So in the clutch moments, like I think Martinelli, Grealish, Rashford had similar level seasons, depending on what you're looking for from the winger. I don't think it's outrageous to say Martinelli had a better season than Grealish, or vice versa.
I think what we're doing with Jack Grealish is we're basically giving him. He got a purple patch in the end of the season, and we're rating him based off that. If he would have done this at the beginning of the season and ended the season the way he started it, we wouldn't even have him in this discussion. Consistency throughout the season, it was Rashford and Martial. Rashford thing, all three of them had dips, but the reality is Jack Grealish had the biggest out of all three, and he's the least dependent on out of all three.
Yeah, but be fair, guys.
If you would have had Martinelli in your team instead of Jack Grealish, you would have done just as good or even better.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. If we're going to talk about consistency, I know obviously John Stones was injured a lot of the season, but when Saliba was out, my guy John Stones was there doing a treble, bro. And John Stones, that's the one that out of all this team, that's the one I'm like, I'm still like, can we go back? Because bro, I can't believe we're gonna leave John Stones, bro. General John Stones, bro. We're talking about the same John Stones.
We put John Stones right back.
Did we put him in or did we put Walker? Because for me, I'd have put Stones in, but people are saying Walker. But I'd have put Stones in for last season.
I mean, Stones has got to go in there somewhere, whether it's centre back or right back.
Maybe I take out Walker and then put Stones. Can't leave Stones there, man. Yo, listen, man, we can't leave Stones.
I just can't leave Walker here. That's the thing.
Well, you're saying, bro, it's difficult, man.
So Stones right back.
Yeah, I'd put Stones right back, me personally.
But yeah, me personally, Grealish, man, over Martinelli. I feel like just even the way Grealish sucks players in and there's just a certain elegance with him that helps the whole team, man. I think Martinelli kind of is always more going direct, but I feel like Grealish sometimes just knows how to draw players out a bit more. in my opinion, still, and that kind of works overall for City's system.
Okay, so everyone just tell me, anyone voting for Martinelli? Or am I on my own here? I'm on my own here. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sorry. This isn't the Arsenal stream.
We gave you Saka, innit? We gave you Saka.
We'll give you Saka. We'll give you Odegaard. We might even give you Zinchenko. We probably won't give you Zinchenko.
Is Zinchenko in or Nathan Ake?
No.
Okay. We're not giving you Zinchenko. Sorry. We might give you Ben White. We're probably not giving you Ben White.
Jay,
sorry, man.
You're telling me this in the Arsenal Man City combined 11. Only three. 1 second. So in the Arsenal Man City combined 11, only 3 players got in. This is the combined 11 we've come up with. Do you guys think this is honestly fair?
Hold on. Do you think it's honestly fair that you should have more players in than the Premier League champions?
This is the treble, man.
The treble-winning champions.
I hate to say it, but they did a treble, like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you guys agree with this?
This you're lucky Saliba's making it, and we still need Stones out of position, really.
Yeah, I saw Saliba was injured as well.
Nah, Saliba can keep his spot. This team is pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think it's good.
It's pretty. I can't see this. I mean, you got
left wing's the only one.
1 second. Everyone in the chat, let me know if this is a W team or if this is an L team. And if you think it's an L, let me know why. Everyone agrees with this team? You guys, let me ask you guys this. If I tweeted this team out and I put your name to it, would you agree with it?
I would agree, man. I would agree. Yeah. If anything, people might try and force Saka out for Bernardo Silva, bro. Like, as in, like, it's not even like you're acting like people are gonna be like those Odegaard and Saka. People will be looking at Bernardo, being like, where's Bernardo? You're looking Gundogan left, because otherwise Odegaard might be having a sticky conversation at this spot too.
I know you're a troll, Alex. Alex is trolling today.
Yeah, he's taking a minute.
You know what? Okay, fair enough. Let's go back to Community Shield. What are we saying, guys? I'm gonna show you guys the Community Shield. Did they do the predicted teams? No, they didn't. But yeah, so it's gonna be at 4 p.m. on Sunday. I thought it was on Saturday for some reason. But Community Shield, I'm gonna go with a strong team. The team that I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna show you guys right now. I'm gonna go with, of course, Trossard up top. I told you guys my team. Do you have a combined 11 or a team predicted team, my guy?
Yeah. For me, I think that's going to be. Is it just for myself or for what I've heard?
For yourself, can you maybe find it on Twitter and try to send it to me if you guys have one?
Yeah,
I have mine. I have mine here, and I'm gonna just share it with you guys right now. I just need to save it and then share it with you guys. I'm gonna play. Basically what I would play in the first week of the regular season. I'm going to play the strongest team possible. This is the team that I'm going to play. Everyone in the comment section, let me know if you guys agree with it. You got Trossard, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli. You guys see that?
Yeah, we can see that, yeah.
Midfield, you guys probably wondering, is Havertz going to play? I think we're going to go with Rice, Partey, and Odegaard. That's what I would do.
I want to see Havertz I want to see Havertz, Rice, and Odegaard. Rice in the Partey role.
I don't know if he's going to do that in this game.
Apparently, he's been looking spooky preseason, Rice.
Rice only played like 2 preseason games. One against Man United and one against, who did we play? Monaco. And Monaco, he was okay. It was just the game against Man United. People were saying he was bad.
Barcelona game. You got to play Barcelona.
He didn't play against Barcelona.
Oh.
People saying I got Eddie starting, bro. It doesn't. I don't think Arteta's gonna play Eddie. He's gonna probably start Trossard. Great team here. Our best 11. Hope Arteta thinks the same. I agree. Iga, I'm still waiting for an apology when I said Rice is playing the lone. Can't play the lone 6. That's not gonna happen. I think he's gonna transition into playing the lone 6 eventually. So I think you're incorrect. But yeah. What about you, bro? G certified. What's your team?
All right, so I haven't got it on my phone yet, but for me, I would say that Ortega. I think Ortega's gonna start. All right, so
let's see what your last preseason games team was. This was your last preseason game team. This is a strong team.
That was our last team. I just think that
this is your best team, or
De Bruyne
is not in. That's it.
I think De Bruyne will still be rested. I don't think we'll risk it. I think Alvarez may come out. I think Foden may play right wing, and I think that in the midfield, I think maybe Kovacic will get a start.
Can you guys see this or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. See it.
Anyways, I got it partially there. Is that better?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. For me, I said I would put Foden right wing, and then obviously I'd put Kovacic in for Alvarez. I think we need to get Kovacic a game here because I think Kovacic is I really want to see more of Kovacic in the weeks to come.
Okay, and before we get to Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester United, because I know you guys have been waiting for that, it's time for the Community Shield predictions, guys. Be unbiased. Give me your predictions in the comment section, Arsenal fans. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I'm just going to go first.
Wait, God, can I ask you a question, yeah? Sorry to cut you off, yeah. How important is this show to you? You haven't answered your own question. Is this, how important is it to you?
Bro, it's not a trophy that I'm going to celebrate, but I want to win it because we haven't beaten Man City in a long time. And we just need to get some sort of victory versus them because they have a mental edge ahead of us. We need to get something, even if it's a preseason game. We need to win something against them because, like, I think we're going to play a strong team. And if we lose to them, and then it's in a bad fashion too, this could be demoralizing before the season starts. I don't want nothing. I know people say preseason doesn't matter. This is not preseason. Preseason is over for me. I'm taking this game serious. I don't know about you guys.
I hear that. I could hear that. I hear that. I feel like Arsenal's mentality is very it's precious. Like I feel like that's so in terms of a boost. I agree with you actually. It's true. So
you're saying our mentality is
kind
precious.
of the opposite. I feel like listen to let me explain, because
man's talking about us like we're soft. What?
No, towards the end of the season, you can see that because I had a debate with one of my Arsenal friends. I feel like mentality is kind of what broke you guys down towards the end. Your mindset in it. So you can see Man City can win or lose; they don't care. As what's her name? Sorry, Liverpool fan. Is it Jay? At the top right. Ish, yeah. Like you said, you guys won against City last time, but then you drew at the first game of the season. So sometimes it doesn't always correlate, but I feel like for Arsenal, the mindset is more kind of important as well. It affects you guys more. So that's what I mean.
I get that. Like for me, personally, for the fans, we want to win it. Because listen, we got a chance of winning a 6-2. Yeah, nobody's done that in England. We're going to be shameless with it if we win it. You know what I'm saying? So a 6-2, that's what we want to do. So as the fans, we want to win it. But as the team itself, I don't think so, man.
Quick predictions.
Yeah,
what are you saying?
I'll say City 1-0 up against Arsenal. 1-0 to Man City.
Ish, what are you saying? What's your prediction?
You know what? I'm gonna go Arsenal. I think Arsenal might just do it. Correct me if I'm wrong. The last time you beat them was in the FA Cup semi-final, wasn't it?
At Wembley.
Yeah, I feel like you might run that one back a bit. But I feel like once the season starts, it'll mean nothing. But I think Arsenal are going to go for this one.
All right. What are you saying, Jay?
You know what? I think City. I think Arsenal will look to lay down a marker. City showed in losing last year to Liverpool that they don't give a fuck. So I'll go with an Arsenal win. And for the hubris from Arsenal fans to flow like the river of Babylon with a 3-1 win.
Kai Havertz hate trick. Okay. What you saying, Ryan?
You call that a hate trick? Because that could be my new slander term, like hate trick. Do you know what I mean? I don't want him to do it. He did it. Hate trick. Love that.
All right, what are you saying right now?
I don't know, I'm on the fence here because I feel like City kind of don't care. So based on that, and if Arsenal are going to go with a strong team, then they might edge it. But I don't know. I actually don't know, man. I'm going to say... I don't know, man. Probably maybe 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal.
Let's get it. We got Rhino back in Arsenal today. What's going on? And then G certified in the building. City fan. The only City fan on the panel.
Yeah, man. I'm going to say 3-2. 3-2 to City. I think it's going to be high school. I think it's even going to be one of those games where it's going to be cagey. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like any of us are going to batter the other. It's just going to be one of those games. Yeah.
You know what? 2-0 Arsenal. keep a clean sheet. Let's see if we can do it. It's going to be interesting. But now let's get into we got 3 clubs we got to talk about. Actually, we got 4. So where do we begin? Should we begin with Liverpool? Should we begin with Tottenham? Chelsea? You know what? I think Man United is quick because you don't got too much going on right now.
Yeah, it's quite quiet on our end, man. Obviously, in regards to, we're just waiting for Amrabat to come in.
What happened with that?
I think it's still going to happen. It's based on us letting go of Fred or Van der Beek. So yeah, Fred and Van der Beek are definitely leaving. So once one of them go out the door, Amrabat's basically saying he's waiting for us. So yeah,
is he what do you call it, the number 1, or is there an alternative also? Because I heard today, I was looking on Twitter and I was reading that you guys are looking at alternatives also. Is that true?
I think we're just going to go straight for Amrabat. I don't see what other alternatives we've been looking at, to be honest with you. And I feel like he's definitely coming, man. He's coming to the club, man. And if you want to kind of figure out where he's going to play, because I see people saying, oh, him over Casemiro, how can you guys do that? It's going to be more of a rotation thing. They'll either play together or they'll play based on the tactics of the day or the situation, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes we might have 2 DMs and then 1 lone 8 or 10, or sometimes we might play with just 1 DM, and if Casemiro's, let's say everyone says he's got a temper and all of that, you know, whatever happens, he can fit in that role as well. And I think he's a very good ball progressor as well, so we need a bit more control in the midfield.
Aren't you worried about your creativity if you have him and Casemiro playing in the same team? Because guys, just to give you guys a quick stat, he's played 3 seasons at Florentino and he's registered 1 assist and 1 goal in his time there.
I think it's going to be more of the build-up play, man. He's going to be he'll be part of the chances, but not necessarily the assists. Because remember, we need someone that's going to progress the ball from the back to the midfield. Our defense to midfield sometimes is disjointed. That's why I was looking for De Jong. You know, we need someone to come and collect. I believe Mount's going to also do that as well. But then if we add someone like Amrabat that's more confident on the ball, yeah, man, it'll work. It'll work. It's part of the build-up. It's more of the build-up in opposed to the assist, if that makes sense.
Can I just say something on something? You said 2 little things. Like I quite like Amrabat, but I'm friends with a guy called Pundit J. I don't know if you guys have seen him on Twitter. And he described Amrabat as one of those dons from Power League who goes around the pitch and thinks that they're better than they are. And when he said that, I visually saw it and I wasn't able to shake it, where it's like 27, and I think that the way he describes it is never touched a Cat A or a Cat B club at that age. He says that he's a good player, but, you know, my thing about Mount is he too vertical for Man United at the moment?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
It's almost like when you've got Bruno and you've got Mount. I know Bruno can play make, but when you've got Bruno and Mount, it's almost like they're treating the ball like a grenade. Do you know what I mean? It's they need to get that. And it's just like, I sometimes think to myself when I'm watching United, it's like your possession.
That hot potato.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you need to, all the top teams have great mechanisms to retain the ball, you know, and that's my concern for United this season. It's not rectified by buying Amrabat. If you bought like a Frankie de Jong, sure, okay. But Amrabat is giving you someone that is clever, can break lines, but he's not a playmaker per se. He's a ball facilitator. He's a deep-lying player, but he's not a deep-lying playmaker. So you have an Amrabat, you have a Mount, you have a Bruno. Bruno can be a playmaker.
Are you saying they misprofiling?
I think he can play as an 8, though. People are saying he can play I think he can play as an 8, and it'll be fine.
If you bring me a destroyer as an 8, why though? Do you know what I mean? It's almost
like it'll be a double pivot. I don't think it will be a situation where you'll have him as an 8.
Well, if United are going to start 4-2-3-1 versus
I think Casemiro will be more advanced because Casemiro can pop up for a goal.
Isn't it?
That would help unlock Bruno Fernandes as well if they did do that double.
Man and Bruno though, Man and Bruno in front of Casemiro. That's what I thought though. That's gonna happen.
Yeah. Because for me,
I think Ten Hag I think he'll be more dynamic. We'll figure it out. We'll move people around, man. I think he can play in a 6 and an 8. That's what I personally think. And people talking about, he hasn't come from a... Bruv, look at Rice. West Ham nearly got relegated. Rice was the captain of that team. We can't always look at what team the players play for. It's about what the player can bring to the system. You feel me? So all of that hype of,
Bro, are you comparing Amrabat and Rice?
I'm not comparing them. I'm saying that in the analogy of a player playing what team you play for, did Rice play for a good team?
Hold on. But the thing is,
you could have said Van Dijk also.
Can I just ask you the question on Rice? Because the way you said that just then was incredulous. Are you comparing Amrabat and Rice? Who is Declan Rice in this? Like, who is Declan Rice in the game?
I'll be honest.
Who's Declan Rice in the game for people not to be able to be compared to him? He's a guy who's been playing for West Ham. Yeah, like, with all due respect, yeah, he has a lot to prove at the highest level. So for somebody to say who is Amrabat, who probably arguably outplayed him when I saw the two of them on the pitch at the same time when Fiorentina played West Ham. So I'm not saying that Rice isn't the better player, but you to be incredulous at the comparison. I'm sorry, I need to pause that.
Who won?
West Ham won.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
Okay, so I want you to keep that. I want you to keep that exact same energy, like when your fan base celebrated the 2-1 defeat that you had to Man City because of how well you played.
We beat you guys. It's the same thing when we beat you guys.
The result was irrelevant because of the quality of the performance, and you knew that essentially across a period of time it would even out, and you guys would be rightly acknowledged as being a good side. So now, I say that I saw these two people on the same pitch at the same time, and one guy looked better than the other. One guy, they both had good World Cups. I'm not saying Amrabat's better than Rice. I actually think Rice is better than Amrabat by a little way. But I think that you've signed Declan Rice, and he's not even the best DM at Arsenal Football Club. So,
100 million.
you know, that's going to be uncomfortable conversations in a month or two when you realize that Declan hasn't taken on board.
I just want to know, is anybody on the stream right now saying Amrabat is a better player than
Hey, girl thinks he's smart.
Don't do that.
I don't know why we're having a Rice.
I'll be real, there's not a million miles.
Okay, so enough said. Finally, before we go any further, Rhino, do you feel like Amrabat is the piece that gets you guys in a title challenge? Because I'm hearing, you know what, Staffy, we're going to have this conversation.
No.
Staffy, we're going to have this conversation next time you're on the stream. Sunday, you're on the stream. We're going to talk.
Big up Staffy.
Sunday, we're going to talk.
I'm asking, how good do you think Declan Rice is, Igal? As in, like, do you think Declan Rice is better than Thomas Partey? I'm asking you, Igal, directly that question. No sugarcoating about whether he could be or in the future. Today, in 2023, on this day, who is a better DM, Rice or Partey? Over to you, Igal.
As a defensive midfielder, Thomas Partey is still better because we haven't seen him play in our position yet. But once we do see the two play, we're going to see that Declan Rice is one more reliable, and he's going to get more game time going forward in that position. I do believe we're signing Declan Rice to replace Thomas Partey in the future. And it's a thing where it's like Thomas Partey is still up there, but we'll see it in a second. So right now, no, but in the future, yes. Let's continue.
You guys think about that?
I didn't kick him out. He jumped out himself. But Amrabat, enough about Amrabat. Just Manchester United in general. Do you believe you've done enough now to compete for a league title? Because everyone's pushing.
No, definitely not. Whoever's saying that is dreaming, man. Listen, we've got a lot of work to do at this club. What Ten Hag did last season was an overachievement, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of holes we need to fill. As I tell a lot of my fellow United fans, we need to fix the foundation first and get a system in play, and then we can start upgrading on the players. Right now, all the pieces are not filled. You know what I'm saying? We've now got a competent goalkeeper. We've now got a striker that we can't even rely on yet. We need a main striker as well, so we're still missing that. I still believe that we're missing parts of the midfield as well. We had McFred before Casemiro and Eriksen came. Eriksen don't have no legs as well, so we can't rely on that. Mount's coming to add the legs to the midfield. We still need to fill all the positions, get a system in place, and then we can start upgrading on the quality. So title challenge, not in my opinion. But we should still be aiming for at least the same position was in last season.
But you know what it is right now, yeah? The thing is, when I speak to Man United fans, right, you guys are so shameless though sometimes, right? Because I remember when Arsenal were in the same position, you guys used to put your foot on their necks, when they were starting out. I used to tell them that they should be challenging, Yeah, they're spending too much money. Now you guys are spending so much money. You guys are saying that top 4.
But do you know what it is though? Yeah, people need to understand the context of how we spend money. Players that are 40 mil, we pay 80 mil for. That's not our fault. So now we've naturally got pressure of overspending when the players are not even worth what we're spending on them. So I feel like that you need to look at the context. Look, so are you telling me that if Man United went for Rice now, we won't be getting so much headache? Arsenal are getting a let off right now, you know? Because if we went for Rice and Rice was doing performances like that, they're going to say, 100 mil player, look what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But now, it's Arsenal, Arteta, let's give him time. You feel me? So I feel like we need to look at the context, you know?
So what's a good season for you next season?
Good season, I would say, is same position we was in before. Third, I would say, top 4. Or at least top 4 minimum, and an improved style of play. I want to see a system and and also a better away record as well. Okay. Maintain the home record and a better away record.
Okay. Anyone else have anything to say on Man United before we move on? Because we're going to go to Liverpool next.
I can't lie. That if you keep playing Mason Mount, it's going to be peak for Ten Hag.
Yeah.
You don't rate Mason Mount at all, do you?
That's true.
I'm just giving you a fair warning, man.
Yeah, we'll have to see, man. I agree, man. I don't see what Mount's going to bring, but Ten Hag might have a plan for him, and hopefully the plan works, you know. If he gets it right, he's a genius. If he doesn't, then, you know how the game goes.
And also, Anthony, this is a big season for your right wing.
Yeah. Anthony needs to step up 100%. I feel like he's started to improve towards the end of the season in terms of off the ball, but in terms of how his end result, like, is poor. He needs to work on his decision making 100%. And if he's gonna shoot, it needs to minimum be at least on target. All of these, one-sided, 1-foot shots. A player can be 1-footed and still be good, but I feel like he needs to work on his predictability, number 1, and number 2, better decision making. And just in terms of defensive, I'm happy with how he is in terms of tracking back and whatnot and build that play. But it's just the final decision I think he definitely needs to work on. So yeah, it's a big season for him. I'm on him still. I'm on him. Don't get it twisted. I'm on him, man.
Okay, fair enough. And I think that's it for now. Let's go into Liverpool.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Liverpool's situation because I seen some stuff-ish, and people are really like saying Liverpool were going to be in a title race. Liverpool are going to be doing this. They're going to be back, and then now it's like you sold Fabinho. And it's like everyone's freaking out now. They're like, yo, we can't compete until we get a DM. Even if you do get a DM, you're going to be getting a very, very young defensive midfielder. I seen a team sheet, and I just want to show you guys this team sheet, right? Because it does look quite strange. The Liverpool of old would have a solid midfield, and the rest of the team would work around it. Sorry, 1 second. We got my guy here, Detroit Rock City. Bayern should hijack Amrabat from Man United. We need a 6. He's a Bayern Munich fan.
He's waiting for United. Sorry, Detroit. Sorry to burst your bubble.
I'm not gonna lie. Bayern Munich this window have been struggling to get signings. Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Do you think the Premier League is so popular that people would rather come to the Premier League than go to Bayern Munich or Real Madrid nowadays?
They just won their 10th league title in a row, man. For me, obviously, it's different for like a Harry Kane who's not won a trophy before to go to a Bayern and then you're guaranteed to win trophies. But if you're 24, 25, it's a bit boring. I can't lie. Obviously, they had the last day drama last season with Dortmund, but if it's Prem or Bayern Munich, I'm choosing Prem all day long.
What about you? What are you saying? Chelsea or Bayern Munich for tour? You think players are picking Chelsea?
I'm not quite sure, actually. Not too sure.
I think it's still.
The fact that he's thinking about it, I thought you'd say no.
Probably no.
The wages. It's the wages that the Premier League can offer. You can see that's why they wanted the Super League. There you can see it's starting to make a lot of sense now. And then now the Saudi as well, what they're doing as well. More players probably want to go Saudi, get the money, get the bread there, then go and buy it. You know what I mean? Fight for Champions Leagues. It's crazy. But, yeah.
Well, Kim Min-jae picked Bayern over us, so maybe there's something there.
Hey, he didn't look good, in that Liverpool game. I know he had a excellent season last year, but boy,
did anybody look good? But let's talk about this. What is this ish? What is this?
Bro, you're asking me. Listen, yeah.
What is this defense?
Midfield. There's a copy of our flow, man.
Forget the defense.
I seen somebody drew a line between Gakpo and Luis Diaz all the way to between Van Dijk and Konate and said that's all you need to do.
Oh no, legit. That match against Bayern Munich, it's like car crash, man.
Bro,
like,
that game that you saw, that's a carbon copy of us since last season.
Is this what you guys set up like?
Yeah, so in possession, it doesn't make sense, bro. It does not make sense at all. Listen, if I rant right now, excuse me, but it does not make any sense. We're playing a high line. That back three that you see there, they basically play on a halfway line, right? Our press is not quite there yet. So you've got a bad press and a high line. Those two combined together is a recipe for disaster. One ball over the top. That's the main problem right now. Second
Who's
problem,
your defensive midfielder?
Bro, I'm cooking. I'm getting onto it. Second problem, we've got Trent in possession doing this weird false number 6 thing, and he's just leaving Konate. Konate is playing right back, right midfield, and centre back at the same time. Bro, for a guy who's prone to injuries, this guy by game week 3, hamstring is going to be gone. I'm telling you, the hamstring's gone. He's doing so much work right now at the back. Then you've got Robertson. The problems don't end there. You've got Robertson on the left-hand side, still playing like a left back. He's doing that 1-2 pass and then bombing down a wing like he used to do before. Then we just left with Van Dijk on his own in the middle. Konate is playing right back, right midfield, right CDM, doing all that right-hand side work on his own. Trent's chilling in the middle. Robertson's still playing left back. It doesn't make any sense. Then in the midfield, Curtis Jones had a great end to the season. In fact, probably the best form of his career. You could say he's one of the form players in the Prem almost. Goes into the Euros, plays a bit deeper with Angel Gomez. That has a great time. So Klopp now thinks he can play DM. I dare you, play Curtis Jones DM against a De Bruyne, a Bruno Fernandes, and Odegaard. He'll get cooked. And it's not his fault, but that's not in his game to play Curtis Jones as DM. We knew before, whether we sold Fabinho or sold Henderson, we needed a DM regardless. So I don't know why it's now got it to 7 days before the season starts. We're still messing about with this Lavia deal. Is he coming? Is he not coming? I'll be
so
real.
What can we start to question Klopp now?
Listen, I'm not an FSG out and a Klopp in kind of person. Me, there's problems with both of them. FSG, they gaslight our fan base for fun. They bought McAllister on the cheap. They took out a loan to get Szoboszlai. Bro, we're dealing with absolute pittance right now. Like, look at Arsenal, for example, yeah? You might have gone from 5th to 2nd in the season. Look how you're investing. 200 mil, just like that. No problem. And you know Kroenke's not even the best owner himself. And he just went and dished out 200 million. We won the Champions League and signed Harvey Elliott and Sepp Vandenberg. What is that? That literally makes no sense. So what? That part is FSG's fault. Klopp.
1 second,
bro.
What does this mean? That team is fair.
Nah, that team's not it. There's no balance, bro. There's no balance.
You think Ish that he's trying to copy the Peps, the Artetas? What's this trend in the inverted thing? I know, obviously, for me, I think if
Curtis Jones, defensive cover.
But the thing is though, like when you do the inverted thing, your third centre back is either a John Stones or an Akanji or an Ake. They don't go bombing forward. The whole point of them being there is that they're there to protect the other two. Robertson's still playing like he's a left wing back. So the system is fucked, bro. Sorry to swear. The system is fucked. It doesn't make sense for the players you've got. Klopp's doing a madness right now. This high line thing, one ball over the top and we're done. And if Konate gets injured and Matip has got to play that role, God help us, because he's never had legs to begin with. Now he's 32, 31, 32 is even worse. We need three players minimum to even talk about, not even title race, just to be in the conversation. We need 3 players minimum to come and start, and I don't think we're getting them. So for me, it's a top 4, top 5 race, and hopefully we can win the Europa this season. But otherwise, any Liverpool fan hoping for better than that, you lot, I don't know for you, man. Because look at the team, bro. Look at the team. No balance at all.
I was surprised, because I thought you guys, and I know Gal is not going to like this one, yeah, but before I saw their games, I thought Liverpool were going to finish ahead of Arsenal this season. Right? I predicted
we'll
that.
Score goals. We'll score. It'll be like 17-18. It'll be you score, I score. We might have bare games with a 3-2, 4-3, whatever. But for us to actually go and challenge right now with this team, it's not happening at all, bro. It's not happening at all.
But as you said, now seeing that, I think Arsenal they're gonna be the ones that challenge. Just because I look at that, Curtis Jones, Trent, and then you're saying Robertson's bombing down with that system.
Well, he's doing 1-2 with say Curtis Jones, do 1-2, and he's gone down the line. And then you're looking back, and it's just Virgil on his one. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. And the worst thing is that like we've got a good attack now, and we're starting to slowly sort out the midfield by bringing in Szoboszlai and McAllister, 2 players I rate, by the way. But now it's like our defense is fucked. So it's like as soon as we take 3 years to sort out one problem, then we sort that out, and then there's a next problem. Then we'll sort out our defense. Then in 2 years' time, Salah's gone. We need to get a right winger. It's just like we never seem to be able to sort out 2 problems at once. It's like, yeah, we'll do one thing here, then we'll go here and do a little bit here, then a bit there. Then before you know it, you've got another problem. So listen, I'm tired of this club, man. I'm probably tired of us. We went and signed 2 players quickly in the window, and then that was it. It's like we just thought, yeah, job done. But the job's not done, man.
What about Lavia? If you bring in, you know what? Lavia alone doesn't solve this team. No. Do you guys agree?
No, I agree. Lavia is a one where he's a 2-3 years time. He's a project. Like I know City just let him go.
You can have Lokonga.
Huh?
You can have Lokonga.
Nah, I'm good, bro. I had to double check. I heard you about it. Man said Lokonga.
Bro, he's better than Curtis Jones.
Can I be honest with you? Like this is probably controversial, but I think Jurgen Klopp will be the first manager to get sacked this season.
I would not be. You know what? If it was any other club, yeah, but FSG are not sacking Klopp. We are not sacking Klopp.
Does anyone here see Klopp getting sacked?
Yo, if they don't get DM and things get wrong by, let's say, Christmas time, he's gone.
I honestly don't think the club will sack him. I think it will have to be a one where it gets so bad and so toxic. Where like last season, there was a point last season like this brother might walk.
Yo, man said he'd rather have Curtis Shaw than Curtis Jones in DM. Listen, Curtis Shaw used to play professional, you know. He played against Canada internationally. But
let me just quickly as well. Curtis Jones, I think, is a very good player. Like he's definitely coming.
Defensive midfield, though.
Exactly. This is the thing. He could do it in under 21s where, bro, Homeboy is 22 years old. He's basically playing down at age group. He's playing with 18, 19-year-olds. So he's a level above. Let him go up against Kevin De Bruyne or Bruno Fernandes, please. Imagine going and saying to him, big game at the Etihad, go man mark Kevin De Bruyne. Spooky, bruv. Spooky.
Okay.
We need to have a conversation as well about Van Dijk as well. That's another guy that's I don't know how he's playing this season.
Let's talk to Futur. Futur, are you guys gonna hijack Lavia from Liverpool?
Essentially, that's probably the only backup plan that I could think of at the moment. But if we somehow fail to get Caicedo, then surely, from Chelsea's perspective, that you need some sort of a backup. And if we do get Lavia in that sense, it's like at least there's a bit of clarity, certain clarity in our fan base, because at the moment it's just like which one's going to come, either Lavia or Caicedo. Apparently, Caicedo is literally stalling the deal right now. So,
yeah, what's happening with Caicedo?
What happened is that they're trying to put the final bid in about nearly 120, including Robert Sanchez as a package as well.
Well, Brighton,
do you think you guys are definitely going to get him though?
Hold on.
I think we'll get him.
Hold on. The Robert Sanchez deal has to do with the Caicedo deal?
Yeah. So basically, we bought 2 players. So Caicedo costs about, let's say, 90 mil, and then you got Robert Sanchez about 25 mil plus the add-ons as well. So you could get around like 120 mil at least, max, maybe 125.
So you guys paid more for Robert Sanchez to kind of as a sweetener, so you can get Caicedo easier.
Kind of like that.
To be fair, they did need a goalkeeper. They needed a goalkeeper.
It's a win-win for Chelsea. Honestly, good business. They get Caicedo, they get Robert Sanchez. They don't have to start. They don't have to start Conor Gallagher or any of those guys.
Why do we need Lavia? Alex, we do need someone alongside Enzo. Yes, we debate this multiple times, and then what happens if we don't get Caicedo? Apparently, our fans start panicking. Who can we get? Oh, let's say, you know what? Let's panic by Lavia. Let's think of.
So you're saying if you get Caicedo, you don't need Lavia, basically.
Yeah, if we get Caicedo, we don't need Lavia. That's all.
You know what? We're gonna have to come back to Caicedo, but just to talk about the Lavia thing quickly, I don't think Manchester United is gonna get him. Man City, if he doesn't go this year, you're gonna go and get him. Don't you agree?
No, you know what? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think that we've got a buyback clause. I'm not sure when that activates. Maybe next year. But I just don't think that would. if Phillips, this is the last chance for Phillips. If Phillips doesn't impress, then I think we'll look for somebody else. I don't think we'll get Lavia.
Yeah. Nathan, we're gonna play both Trossard and Martinelli and Bukayo Saka. No Eddie. But yeah, I think Lavia goes to Liverpool-ish. You agree, right? I think
we'll get him.
The only way we can hijack him is if we sell Partey. The only way Chelsea's gonna hijack him is if they get rid of what do you call it? Caicedo doesn't go to them, and the only way Caicedo's not gonna go to them is if he goes to somebody else like you.
Bro, this is the most annoying thing. We've got a clear run at this guy. No one else is actively looking at him, and we're arguing over less than £5 million. Like, this club is embarrassing. It's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing.
No, but it's understandable.
You've done all this work.
The players played less games than how much they want him for.
Yeah, he has. I think he's only played like 29 Prem games, or maybe less than that. But it's like we've done all this work to get to this point, and now it's like, we don't want to pay you extra 2, 3, 4, 5 million. Like, just even get him or just go and get someone else. I don't like this.
Alex, once again, think of the worst case, Alex.
Could Manchester United get him?
Nah, I doubt we're going for him, to be honest. Doubt it, man. He might be on their list, in their radar, but I don't think we're actively pushing for him now.
No one else is pushing for him.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, he's on the bench tonight apparently. So this
is it. This is the annoying thing though. We're gonna get it done, but it'll be after the Chelsea game, and then we still need to get a centre back as well. So I'm just like, you man, just pay the money, man. You know already that Southampton are not messing about. Just pay the money.
Okay.
So sorry, God. Let me ask him a quick question. So if you get Lavia in, yeah, how much do you think he brings to your squad? Because before you said you're hoping for 5th, you said, isn't it? So do you think he improves on that?
Not. The thing is, he comes in and he's like, I don't even know if he's that much better than Bajcetic right now. Obviously, Lavia's ceiling is meant to be crazy high. I was chatting to someone the other day who's convinced he's going to be one of the best DMs in the world in the next 3-4 years, which is nice and it sounds great, but we need someone right now who's available 24, 25, who can just start straight away. Which is why actually I was looking at someone like Amrabat, who can just come in right now. They're ready to go. But listen, if Lavia comes in, I'm not expecting him to be a world beater straight away. Most top DMs struggle in their first season or 2 seasons. Rodri, when he first came to City, we were all like, Fabinho, when he first came to Liverpool, he was not looking good at all, man. Casemiro, even his first couple of games, was looking a bit mad. So he's 19. I'm not expecting him to come in and change the world, but I still think we need another midfielder on top of that, but I know that's not going to happen.
You know what?
I think with Liverpool case, I think Liverpool need DM more than Chelsea do. We got Santos. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So Liverpool need a DM more than you. You're saying you could survive without a DM?
We got Santos.
I don't think you could survive without a DM. I don't think Santos is ready. But maybe you've seen more than I have. Let's get into Robert Sanchez. Do you guys think this is a strange one for Tour, or you're with it?
Me, I look at it like.
Did you guys hear that? 1 second.
Yeah.
That
deep breath.
I have never seen that.
Like, you lot think that
what happened?
You lot think I'm gonna have a hate on him? No, I don't hate him. Like, it's just like last 3 years we've had Kepa and goal. I mean, with Robert Sanchez is he's good. It's just like for me the distribution is the most important thing as a goalkeeper. That's why we've seen Kepa has been the inconsistent goalkeeper for nearly 5 years now. Like, he's not good with the ball, and he is literally very liability when building up from the back. And I think it's an upgrade in my opinion.
I want to know, does anybody think Kepa could still be starting now that Robert Sanchez came in? Because I have a feeling that Robert Sanchez comes in, he doesn't start right away.
But if Sanchez can't take the number 1 jersey from Kepa, then
no, he can't. Kepa is the senior in that team. It's like, just keep it like this. When we had Saul back in the day, is that Robert Sanchez will be that, the quote is a reclamation project. Like, I think the probability of him becoming a successful goalkeeper than Kepa and maybe like in the long term, I say 10 to 20% here. So
you're saying Kepa's going to start also? You agree with me?
It's a competition.
I rate Sanchez. Don't get me wrong. I said he's better than De Gea, and Manchester United should have signed him. But they did good with Onana. Onana's much better than Sanchez. Now, if Sanchez is starting for you guys, he's a stopgap. You're going to need to get another keeper next summer again.
You know what? It depends. If it's the Brighton Sanchez of last season, I think he'll start because I think he's better with his feet. Something that Mendy was never good at. Edward Mendy was never good with his feet.
The thing is with Kepa and that, it's just like the long range shot that I was concerning a lot from last season. Like how many long range shots that we concede. That's the thing. I think with Sanchez is a much better upgrade than what we had right now. Mendy's 100%. Completely declining. He's now in Saudi league, and what better way to get another goalkeeper like Robert Sanchez? I wish that we could do a lot more in the window, but
who did you want?
Personally, if I'll be honest, I want Maignan, but that's not going to happen, is it?
Oh, Mike Maignan from AC Milan.
Yeah.
You could still get him in this next summer, but most likely you're not going to spend that type of money on a goalkeeper and a striker.
Not a lot of goalkeepers out there want to come to non-Champions League football.
What happened to Chelsea's money? You guys spent 600 million last season.
I swear you lot was going for Onana as well before, and then before.
I don't think. I think we backed out off Onana.
Are you guys being cheap now?
No, it's not even that. Like we had this issue with Inter regarding to Lukaku. We're trying to do like a swap deal plus a swap deal for Lukaku to Inter in exchange for Onana, but it would never happen.
Okay. I'm not going to lie to you. Does anybody think this is an upgrade or he's similar to Kepa? Because I feel like everyone's kind of just saying the same thing. Until he comes in and how he performs, we're not going to be able to say he's an out and out upgrade to Kepa.
Unai Simon, I haven't watched him much, to be fair. I don't know.
I thought he was, because for me, I think he's even I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but for the Spanish national team, I swear he starts above Kepa. I might be wrong.
Yeah, he is.
He started in Spain. Yeah, he did start in Spain.
He starts in Spain, so Spain trust him enough to put him there in the national team. So, and I know obviously Brighton last season, it's a different team. Chelsea more pressure, but I just think that Sanchez is a better goalkeeper overall than Kepa. I think he's going to be potentially one of the signings of the season. Could be.
Fair enough. And I was going to talk about Tottenham, but my man Jay disappeared. So we're still going to talk about Tottenham. But what do you guys think about the whole Harry Kane debacle? Kane to Bayern.
I'm surprised that deal. I thought it was supposed to go to Bayern Munich last weekend.
Apparently, he could be a Bayern player by tomorrow. That's what's being reported at this moment in time.
Listen, I would have taken Kane at Manchester United, man. Honestly, but it's just this whole Daniel Levy situation, man. I think that's the only thing stopping us from getting Kane, to be honest. And obviously probably our budget as well. But because I believe he was Ten Hag's priority, Kane and Højlund. I think Ten Hag believed that maybe the ownership will come through and then we can get two strikers. And then now we've had to go for our secondary. But Kane, the next choice for him would be, might as well go, man. As long as he leaves Tottenham, he's making some sort of progress, man. He just needs to do his thing, man.
Get the hell out of there, right?
I know about
I'm just going to say this. Harry Kane, if he doesn't leave Tottenham and he stays for another year,
he's done.
It's a lack of ambition. It's a lack of seriousness. Get out of Tottenham as you can right now. Go to Bayern Munich, win trophies, and then come back to the Premier League to get that Premier League all-time goal scorer when you're close to finished.
Yeah. You guys, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that if he goes to Bayern and he starts winning, do you think it means anything, or do you think
unless he wins the Champions League, it means nothing?
It depends how he does it. You're right. It doesn't mean too much. But if he goes there and scores 40 goals and just completely bads it up, then you can be like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You can do that in Bundesliga, though. Like if you're Harry Kane.
No, but if he wins the Bundesliga, they win the Bundesliga 14 years in a row.
Yeah, well, he wins the Bundesliga also at the same time. You won two domestic trophies. It's good for him.
Yeah, to be fair,
he has to be the main man. He has to be the main man.
You know what? Forget about that. He has to win the World Cup or Euros.
I can't like Euros. I think Euros though.
World Cup, Euros, Champions League. He wins one of those 3 competitions, solidifies him as a winner, and it's not Tottenham's fault. But if he continues to lose and not win anything out of those competitions outside of the Bundesliga, because Bayern can teach you to win, but unless you come back to the Premier League and win a trophy, people are always going to judge you as a loser.
I'll be honest, I think whatever happens in his career from here on, it's kind of you can kind of have allegations against his name. Like I think he just turned 30, innit? For a player of Harry Kane's quality to not have a single trophy to his name at 30 years old, it's crazy, man. I think he's one of the best strikers of this generation. I rate Harry Kane so highly, and it almost annoys me that he gets disrespected because he hasn't won these trophies. But at the same time, big man, you're 30 years old, you do not have a single trophy to your name. That is wild, bro.
No, but Bayern Munich have upgraded massively.
Say that again, bro.
But Bayern Munich have upgraded massively. They have one of the best strikers in world football.
Yeah, facts. So he'll go there and win, but I think whatever happens now, I'm always going to be like, bro, you should have cut sooner. That 6-year contract you signed in 2018, no one told you to do that, man. No one told you to go there.
Hey, he does the treble like Haaland. His allegations are done.
Lack of ambition, I would say, from him. Too much.
Hey, if he stays at Tottenham, I would like to see if Arsenal takes a stab at him on a free. That would be hilarious.
That would be insane.
What do you guys think will happen to Tottenham if he leaves as well? Do you think that's going to be catastrophic?
Tottenham will survive.
It'll get a bit worse before it gets better again.
You know what? I honestly do believe Harry Kane leaves, someone else will fill in his goals with combination of everyone just chipping in, because he takes the penalties, he takes all the goals, he does everything. He's the captain. Who's going to be their captain? That's the real question. They're not going to miss goals. They're going to get goals somewhere else. It's just who's going to be their leadership? Where's their leadership going to come from? Because all their best players are not English speakers.
I mean, to be fair, what I would do if you're them, it's just not invest in the defense. Just invest in the defense. I think that would be. I think when you speak to Tottenham fans, most of them say that if they do sell Harry Kane, they do want to invest in their defenders. Not Longley coming back with Eric Dyer, Sanchez, and I think that would actually be better for them. Get better defense. Maybe bring in Bastoni. Maybe try and get Skriniar. Maybe try and sort your defense out before you start trying to sort your attack out, because I think that's where they're at. I think Son
can get it.
Yeah, man, Son can get the goals. Son's good enough to get the goals. You've got James Maddison there now. He can pull up with goals. Kulusevski's there. He can try and pull up with goals. And then they would have money maybe available for a striker. Richarlison's there. It could be, you never know with this new manager. So there's goals there. Just sort that defense if they want to start competing, I'd say.
And I'm not even going to lie. I don't think any of us know about this Van de Ven guy. Do you guys know anything about him?
No.
We were looking at him with Liverpool, but apparently the fee, I think they've paid 43 million for him, but we were just like, that's too much. But he's a good centre back, man. He's rapid.
Is he good enough to be your number one?
Our number one. I wanted him. I didn't know about the price. I thought that was a bit too much, but for someone of his profile, I think he's 6'4", 6'5". He is quick. He's one of the quickest centre backs I've seen for a long time.
50 million euros.
Yeah, see, I think that's a bit steep, but he's a very good centre back. And like I was saying earlier about the left-footed, left-sided centre back market being dead, he's one of the better ones out there. So I think it's a good signing for Tottenham.
Yeah, man. You know what? The likes today, people, you aren't liking the goddamn video. Do me a favor, hit that like button. We're on 104 likes. We should be at least on 200 by now. What's going on? But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. Rhino, big up for jumping on, my guy. Debut on the show, of course. Ish, big debut for you too, coming on. Fator, thank you for stepping in last minute. Really do appreciate it, my bro. And of course, G certified. I'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully, maybe Sunday. Come back, win or lose. You're there? Let me know.
I'll be there, bro.
You'll be there. You know what it is. And big up everyone. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll try to bring an Arsenal panel together tomorrow to try to do an Arsenal stream to actually preview the game, just talk about all the things Arsenal. And yeah, big up everyone. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And we're out of here, people. Have yourselves a great night. Peace.
Peace.